Like, you will know it's for you, because why the hell is he flying economy? As Peter Obi says, if you think you're voting for me, you're not. You're voting for yourself through me. You're voting for a better Nigeria through me. Hey guys, what's up? My name is Opara, and this is the first time I'm making a political video. I'm making this because this 2023 election is so serious. It's the week of election, and I feel like it is my duty to make this video, right? We are at a time when we cannot afford to remain politically uninterested. Political apathy is literally no longer allowed. I love how much enthusiasm is coming from the youth right now, because things need to change. The country is in a state where we cannot afford to remain publicly non-partisan. We have to voice out. We have to make the next person beside us, our immediate environment, see reasons to make better choices. We have to give them the adequate information and even extend this to the people that we can reach through our different mediums, our platforms, whatever. You guys, Nigeria is blessed with so much. There's so much that we have that could make this country a great nation, a great country. And the one fundamental thing that is missing is good leadership. You and I are literally the things that can change this. We're the people that can change this. We can make this country better. And it goes without saying, for the first time in a very long time, we have hope. There's somebody who can take us from here to the point where we can be in 4 years and hopefully 8 years. I have my PVC and I'm going to brag about that. I'm very excited to have my PVC. And I feel like I can talk about this issue. There are over 9 million new registered voters, totaling over 93 million registered voters. And you guys, over 27% of this total are students. So hopefully we can make better choices, inform our parents, inform our society with our social medias, our different platforms, and help this election be the one that changes Nigeria for good. And so in this video, I'll be telling you reasons why you should vote for Peter Obi of Labour Party. In terms of education, one thing that I'm so certain that you can tell, that if Peter Obi becomes president, this issue of ASU strike will be a thing of the past. I mean, okay, maybe they might go on one ASU strike, finalize this issue, and then it comes to an end. While Peter Obi was governor of Anambra State University never ever went on strike. And these are just points to state what will be the state of affairs in the country when he actually becomes president. In the WAEC position, in terms of like student results and everything, Anambra was number 24 before out of 36 states. Peter Obi, through his different partnerships and the different measures he put in place to ensure better education in Anambra, took the state from number 24 to number 1. This guy put up boreholes, provided over 700 school buses for different schools. I listened to him talk one time at an event I went for, Ripple's Dialogue in Ikoyi some years ago. And then he mentioned how he would have the phone numbers of the different head boys and head girls in different schools, how they can call him and make complaints. This guy provided over 30,000 computers in different schools. Peter Obi is somebody who is obviously very intentional about academics.
I built a university from the scratch. It's in Ibadan.
His vice president, right, is also an academist. He has a university somewhere in the north, and these guys are very intentional about education, and you can tell this guy will do what needs to be done.
I have allergy for money being wrongly spent. That is why I go to schools every month, go and check the record till date. I visit at least 5 secondary schools all over Nigeria, and I give each at least 1 million naira. That is for me expenditure, not to use it to buy watch that I keep at home, keeping time that nobody uses. It doesn't make sense.
Peter Obi awarded 1 million naira to first-class students in Anambra. This just goes to show you the extent he'll go for education and how much he values education in the state, and this will extend throughout Nigeria once he becomes president. The one major characteristic that stands out for Peter Obi is his accountability. This guy, you can't see, the thing is, for Peter Obi, you can tell what he will and will not take. He's a man that is devoid of corruption. I can say this. So there are things that Peter Obi will not allow, and I feel like this is why many people do not like him, people that are in government, because he doesn't allow some things to fly. Peter Obi is a very accountable man. This guy was the only one after his tenure that called the ICPC, called the EFCC to come and audit him, come and investigate me, see if you find out anything. Like, you can imagine the audacity you must have to call to be investigated. In terms of accountability, this guy paid all of the pensions, all the gratuity, all the salaries of civil workers and the public servants while he was in office. And guess what? He paid the backlog, he cleared everything during his tenure, and he left not owing anybody. This is something to brag about. How many state governments, how many people in government have ever paid all of the pensions? There are very few that can mention and come and brag about this. Mr. Obi was the first governor to leave 75 billion naira in account after he left office, which was about $500 million at the time. Do you know how crazy that is, guys?
They are handed over in a hall like this. where I asked the state, I'm not owing pension, I'm not owing gratuity, I'm not owing this, and I'm leaving you 75 billion, and I'm going home.
I heard a story one time of when he went for one function out of the country, right? And then he was supposed to buy a Tom Ford suit, which was totaling, I think, over $3,000, yeah. So he went, and then he said, $3,000. Didn't know how many salaries this would pay in Nigeria. And then he opted to buy a suit that was about $200 and something. And then he gave the remaining change to the person who was, I can't remember her name, for charity. And this story wasn't told by him, it was told by somebody else. The different stories we've heard in different places will just tell you how he's not somebody who wants to spend, you get, he won't just stay and just spend government money. And we need somebody who has this feature, who embodies all of these things to sit on that seat as the president of Nigeria. So in terms of supporting the naira, growing the naira, I mean, it's a thing that people say. It's something that we just say, but do we actually put our money where our mouth is, right? So growing the naira, supporting the naira is not something that Peter Obi just said. He put his money, he put the government money into that ideology, into that belief. Now look at this. Innocy Motors, for example, was producing cars and vehicles in Anambra. And Peter Obi reached out to Innocent and he's like, can you make these particular things? Can you make these buses? Can you make these vans? Can you make these jeeps for traditional rulers? And that guy is like, yes, I can do it. And he's like, you know what? I'll be your biggest client. From the video I watched, and you can see, I believe Peter Obi, honestly, he doesn't lie. I feel like he doesn't lie. So yeah, I'll be your biggest client. Make me this.
Today, people are celebrating Innocent. The only thing why Innocent was functional, when Innocent started his factory, he came to me. I said, Innocent, since you are in Anambra State producing vehicles and you're employing thousands of people from this state and surrounding, we will be your highest customer. Go and tell me whether you can produce a bus. Said yes. Pick up for police. Said yes. I said, how about G's for traditional rulers? Said yes. I gave him an order for 1,000 vehicles at 5 billion, and I paid him everything at least 180 days before delivery. I said, come, we'll give you money because we need you to be here. We paid everything up front.
He's supporting somebody who is here, so we are putting money into this. It comes back into the system. Peter Obi is also the same person who said, if you cannot make furniture for me in Oka, then so be it.
I said, listen, if we cannot find anybody to do governor's bed in Oka, then the governor will sleep on the floor. Forget it. That's how we brought one Mr. Daja. I used to know him as a small boy. His company has collapsed. I called him and said, listen, you still know how to do furniture? I said, yes. I said, go and do all the bed that is here. Whoever can sleep in it can go and sleep somewhere else. This country today can still function on our income and be able to save money.
So he's one with this belief of supporting naira, growing the naira, and this has always translated in the things that he does. Also, one thing I really, really like about Peter Obi, somebody with all of these features, all of this devoid of corruption, accountability. Obviously, if you're surrounded by people in government who are greedy and selfish, you'll be hated. One thing that stands out for Peter Obi is that he doesn't care. Even the other time when he was about to be impeached, the House of Representatives called him and said, if you could do this, we'll let you go, like we'll let it go, and then it will pass. And then Peter Obi said he wasn't going to do it.
Go and ask the 30 member of House that impeached me. We sat down and they said, if you give us this, we will stop impeachment in front of everybody. And I can call notable names and there. And I said, I'm not going to give it to you. I'd rather go.
He was ready to be impeached than soil his hands with this, dirty thing. So it just goes to show you how much he's not trying to stain his white, how much he's trying to stay unblemished to the extent that he can. Even his wife is always coming to complain to him that you're having enemies, people are complaining.
My wife will always come back and say to me, Peter, hey, this is your doing. Do you know people are not happy? These people are not, why are you always making trouble? These people are not happy with you. This, that, and everything. And I'll always say that, listen, my dear wife, your problem is that you don't understand. My job is not to make people happy. There's people in the entertainment industry to make people happy. My job is to take the right decision for the benefit of the people.
This is the out there calling him stingy man.
Beware of the stingy Mr. Obi.
Obviously, even me, I know he's a very stingy man. He will be a very stingy man. Do you get me? So he doesn't actually really care what you say, as long as he's making sure he's doing things the way it should be, doing things the right way, and staying clean, staying in the faithful cause while at it. All of these things still goes back to accountability, right? He's a man of good standing, good moral consciousness, and I just feel like all of these things, he embodies what a leader should be. Let's go to hell. While he was still governor, his administration won the bill amending that gets $1 million for best performing government in immunization in the Southeast. Peter Obi was putting in the work in different sectors. He partnered with different churches, different health organizations to make sure that things were done properly. Different agencies were sprung up, different initiatives. Peter Obi was very involved. Like, he was able to gather grants from different foundations, different agencies, and was pumping back into this initiative. So basically, there was a total boost in the health sector in Anambra at the time. Like,
I built a teaching hospital from the scratch. It's in Oka, the fastest one.
The statistics are there, the records are there. You can check these things out, right? Every time I listen to Peter Obi talk, I'm always very mesmerized. There's one video I saw that actually sent me crying. He started this video with, if you hear the cost of governance, you will not be here. And frankly speaking, you guys, if you hear the cost of governance, you actually not believe it. You think it's a joke. Why is a governor entitled to a house in Abuja? Why is a governor going for a meeting in Abuja and going along with 40 other people? Why does the governor need to change his car every 6 months because of traffic? Why is a governor entitled to the chef cooking an entire 100 tables full of food, killing cow every day? They're just crazy things that when you hear, it wouldn't make sense to you.
If I have time and tell you cost of governance here, you won't be here. When I started, we had about 10 governors guest house. I say, what is governor going to do with this? I go to work in the morning, I go back in the evening. I'll come back. My cook then will cook about food that about 50 people will eat. I said, what is this for? They were killing one cow every day. I said, what is this for? He said, Your Excellency, I'm doing it in case if you come back with people. I said, have you ever seen me come back here with anybody? So why are you cooking for the people? Any day people will come here, I will let you know. Cook for only one person. One person. Me.
He was very deliberate in curbing all these unnecessary expenses. Like, there's a video I saw one time that people will call him and say, oh, I want to meet with you for something. And he's like, don't worry, chill, we'll meet. In the evening, he'll go to his house and drink the champagne there. This ordinary champagne, 400k, that Peter Obi is unwilling to spend in government's house.
You know, I come from Anambra State. There's too many big men. Of course. Like I told them, I said, don't allow any of them to come here. I don't have what it takes to entertain them. So what they do, they phone me, Peter, I want to see you. I come to your house in the evening. So I go to his house, because there he will bring his champagne, eat his fabulous food, and at times when I'm going, they will give me some to take back. Goodbye. But don't go to government house, because government house is not a restaurant. It's not a place to drink champagne.
Like, these are just the things that when you hear, it sounds like he's joking, but it was for real. Like, you will know it's for real, because why the hell is he flying economy? I wouldn't even fly economy if I had the money. Peter Obi and his wife, you have to give it to her in terms of tolerance. She's a babe and she's flying economy with him. I wouldn't do that. Like, you know, if this man is ready to fly economy as a governor, all through his time as a governor, he was flying economy.
Every flight I've taken in Nigeria as a governor was economy. Reason is simple. Is it not just from Abuja to this for 40 minutes? Why would I pay additional 1,000? I said no.
These things go to show you that the cost of governance is crazy, and Peter Obi wasn't standing for it.
When I came to office, my first 4 trips to Abuja, I traveled with over 30 people. I'm the only person invited to Abuja. I pay for 30 people who have no reason to be in Abuja. In the end, every trip was costing me over 10 million. One trip. And there are times I do this 4 or 5 times in a month. After about the 3rd or 4th trip, I sat down and said, I want you to write name of everybody from me and tell me why and what is the purpose of this person going to be in Abuja. When they finish, I found out the only person that needs to go to Abuja is me. So I said to them, leave it.
If PDP and the other parties had major things, had crazy things, had things in fact against him, we would have heard it. It means that he was free of corruption. And we need somebody like that in government. We need somebody like that to sit on that seat as president of Nigeria. As Peter Obi says, if you think you're voting for me, you're not. You're voting for yourself through me. You're voting for a better Nigeria through me. You guys, I feel like if I sit here and talk for so long, I will literally not be able to say all the reasons why I think Peter Obi is a better president than anybody. I mean, it's very even insulting. It's very demeaning for us as a nation that the candidates that we have as opposed to Peter Obi are these people that I will not mention. You guys, I hope that come Saturday, you go to your polling unit and you vote. You get involved. You stand by and see that things are done as they should be. I promise you, Nigeria will be better. I can put money down. Nigeria will be better if Peter Obi is president. You guys, look at people that are running against him. It's not going to be funny if he doesn't win. No, I don't want to leave Nigeria. I'm very Nigerian in heart. I'm very Nigerian in spirit. I don't want to have to leave Nigeria. And Peter Obi is the vehicle, right, that will take us to that promised land. So you guys, let's hop on. Let's vote on Saturday.
Take back your country. This country belongs to you. It is your future that they are toying with. You must take it back from them.
Okay, I'm so happy I made this video, and I hope that you guys watch it and share it. Right? You guys, Peter Obi for president, vote Labour Party, Mama, Papa, the King. See you guys after he has won election. Bye guys.